Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a video on my Revo and the racing mods I've done to it, because usually for racing you want to get the latest way as possible, make it fast as possible, so you could potentially win. So first off, I'm going to start out with parts and stuff I've upgraded, and then I'll do like stuff I downgraded earlier, or later. And so, stuff I've upgraded is obviously the RPM A-arms and the rear. I'm trying to get it on the camera. Okay, the True Tracks right here. They help out a lot because you don't have to get your angle in and stuff because they're just straight, and it's less weight because you lose a tie rod on the back here. See on the front you have this tie rod. Usually it's back here holding you on it, but you don't need it anymore since you have the True Track. But mostly, like, you don't want to upgrade stuff unless it breaks. Like, I upgraded my RPM A-arms because cannot talk today. My A-arms broke, so I just got the RPMs all around. It's about like $40 if you have the money. Go ahead and throw some RPM A-arms on there. Another thing is the aluminum turnbuckles and tie rods. They look nice, and they are lighter weight than the regular steel ones. I'm pretty sure they're made out of steel. But that's a good upgrade. A major one is your receiver. I have broken antenna right now. But if you don't have, if you have like an old it's the 0.27 megahertz or whatever, or 27 megahertz. AM radios, they have the huge receiver. It's not that big, but it's a big square. But if you have the 2.4 gigahertz, it's really tiny. It fits right in there. That would potentially lose some weight, so that's a good upgrade. That's going to be an expensive one, of course. But then servos. I have I really don't even know what kind of servo this is. I found it because I blew out a servo a really long time ago, and then I bought one from the hobby store. This one was like $40, and I was really questioning why it was that much. I never knew like what it was for. So like I got this. You can't see it, but take my air filter off. But I got the 2075 Traxxas servo and threw it in the steering, and that wasn't doing too well. So I like found this one, and it has a metal gear to it. So it doesn't like slip at all on the little horn. Where is it? Right there. I can't see what I'm putting my finger on. I'm only looking at the screen. And so like the Traxxas one used to strip out all the time, like the plastic piece. Like it's a plastic one, and it didn't do too well. So I got that, and that works great. It has a lot faster response time. The Traxxas, the servos in general, they don't make the greatest ones, but like it's waterproof, so I use it as a throttle servo. You do need a lot of power with this spring being on here, so I use that one. It's a high torque, well, according to them, high torque and high speed, but it's really bottom end. It's like, if you buy it from the store, it's gonna be like a $30 servo. But I eBayed it, got $15, of course. But so another modification would be, you couldn't see it before, but I have a wing on here. Don't get. I had a Techno mount on here. It had like the metal bars going between it, which were just added weight, unnecessary weight. So I went and got the Traxxas wing mount, and I had the Proline wing already. So I have that combo, and it's not generally for more performance, but it goes nice with the look. That's kind of like a look over performance piece. But I guess it would create downforce, but there's nothing really you need for downforce because these things already turn amazingly. Oh, another upgrade I've done by myself, like without buying anything, is if you can see, I'll bring it up a little bit, but in between this brake right here, there's a little tiny pen spring, so when this thing closes, I can close it. I can't close it because my servo isn't on. But when it closes, it will close all the way, but then when it's open, it just the springs push it the other way out. So you don't have any brake drag or anything while you're going around, so you can just roll if you have really good bearings. I replaced all the bearings in my truck and cleaned them out and stuff. So you might want to I recommend you do that too, like in the axle carriers and stuff. But that's pretty much it for upgrades. Oh yeah, receiver box itself the normal ones like this big and bulky, a lot of plastic weight. This one over here it has like a whole thing. I actually cut mine up. You can buy a little Slayer tray one that comes in there, but I just cut this one up because I just took the cap off of it and then Dremel tooled the whole side of it off. Right there, you can see I did a pretty decent job, I guess you could say. Oh yeah, another weight reduction right here. There's usually a different little like aluminum brace that goes on the motor mount, which you do not need. It is completely useless. It's just there. Like if you're flying off 20-foot jumps, you might need it, but there's a huge aluminum mount that goes from the middle of the truck right here all the way over here. This little plate right here does nothing, I think. And there's no 20-foot jumps on racetracks, so I don't care. And that's a few ounces. You might be thinking to yourself, like, all this plastic, it's not worth it taking it off. But really it is, because it all adds up, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. And you don't need added up weight. And that's pretty much it for upgrades. So now I'm going to get out my other plastic pieces that I'll show you that I just add up weight. Alright, so I went ahead and found my old tray. This is the only thing I find out of the parts. Oh yeah, and I forgot one more piece. There's a little carrying handle right here, which I took off because you don't need it. I cut a hole in my body and I just hold it by the body. But significant size difference right here with this. This doesn't have the cap on it either, so like this thing's a huge piece of plastic, this little tiny box. But it's hard to cram all your electronics in there. I would show you my receiver. Oh yeah, and I did go ahead and find a Traxxas like 27 megahertz AM receiver, and then my friend's Spectrum receiver, which they're the same size as the Traxxas one, so you can see the size difference, which isn't that great, but you can definitely feel the weight. This is a good few ounces more than this. This is like paperweight. And this thing does have the huge obnoxious antenna, which these have these little tiny blue antennas, which mine is broken. So I'll go and put those back. And so that's, oh yeah, another thing is the pull starter. You would like, okay, my one-way bearing's broken, so pull starter or bump box works the greatest with these. They have like an open hole right here, so like it's just asking for a bump starter. So that might be something you want to get. For wheels, I have these. I just had them over at the track. I won a few races. So don't comment on my video and be like, this kid's probably just wasting all his money. He probably doesn't even race. Well, I do. So you can shut up. I have these wheels. They're Proline. Shoot, what are they? They're Crime Fighters or the bow ties. One of the two. I'll check actually right now. I can't see it because there's so much. Oh no, the whole shots. My friend had the Crime Fighters, and they have thicker treads on them. But these are nice for like a thin, like if it's muddy, which you can see it was at the track, they just turn into freaking donuts. But you want these kind of wheels, the skinny. Like it doesn't have to necessarily be Proline, but you want the skinny ones. And like maybe dish wheels. These are the biggest ones. I have the ones with offset on them, so like they stick out farther when you're racing. I'm getting dirt everywhere. This sucks. But these are good. You're gonna have to invest a lot into tires because they're not cheap. It's like I got these for $40 from some guy. They were used a little bit, and he didn't want them anymore. So he was like, "You can have $40." And I was like, "This is a steal." Because usually you'd have to spend like a good $80, and so I got those for a good price. And that's pretty much it for everything I've got going on for my racing setup. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Gas line, I don't have the ridiculously long like 2-foot gas line on there that they come with. I cut it up, cut it down a little bit. First of all, I got a different colored one, but I cut it down a little bit. My shocks are dampered all the way, so it has a really low ride height. When it's just sitting here, it's bottomed out all the way. Maybe like a millimeter, but like it's bottomed out all the way without tires on it. and I have the long travel. Can't see it. The long travel. What the hell are these things called? Rockers on there. So they aren't helping me out too much because I really want like my springs to be a little bit stiffer, but like if I do, it'll be riding up here, and I can't make them any stiffer. So they're only like $10. I'm gonna buy new ones of those. Drive shafts. I'm looking at getting some CVD drive shafts, the aluminum ones, but they're really not a necessity unless these break. But like they're a lot of money. They're like $60. I found some on eBay for like they're different kinds. They're actually made by this different company, and they make center ones because Traxxas doesn't even make center ones. That kind of like made me mad. They don't make center ones for the Revo. They only make them the outside, and those are like $60. So that's not cool. And another thing, this is a Revo Platinum item. The header, the spring-loaded header, where it is held on there by a spring instead of the regular one that's held on by a screw. I've broken so many. I can pull out. I'm gonna pull out some off right now. First of all, they turn to shit. I don't know why. The finish they have on them makes them like turn out like this, but this one completely cracked off that end. This one is broken right there. It has a crack in it. So this is the one that I just decided that I was gonna go to the other one, the spring-loaded one. So that's made me mad. That's pretty much the only problem. This truck, if you're trying to get her in racing and you have a Revo, you're golden. This is like a perfect truck for, I guess, I don't know what classes you guys would have, but I have a Monster 4x4 class, and this truck just dominates. Everyone always has it, unless they have like HPI fluxes or whatever the hell they're called. But they aren't too good. But this truck is good. So if you have the money, you want to race, I suggest like getting all the upgrades I have, except for A-arms. You really don't need them, but they're nice because they do break. So that's pretty much it for my racing upgrades. So have fun with your Revo if you have one. If you don't, go buy one because you're gonna have a blast. So see ya.